Move aside, Diablo. Wreck yourself. Path of Exile. Heroes of HAMMERWATCH II has arrived. The magic shop will increase the size of my fireball. I will apply that and we will start a new run. Welcome to Heroes of HAMMERWATCH II. First thing you're going to notice is the absolutely gorgeous pixel graphics. I am so taken by the beauty. Absolutely gorgeous. I cannot get over it. How beautiful these pixel graphics are. You guys, if you're a veteran of this channeling, ooh, we get a free item out of this vendor. I would like to get myself something that is not so ass. What am I wearing right now? Compared to what I have, this is a slightly more damage fire tome. Give it to me. Give it to me right now. It's, it's a Diablo-like. You know exactly what I'm doing right now. I just upgraded my damage dealing so that now I put down much more damaging or slightly more damaging fire seal on the ground for my enemies to partake of and get roasted on. Gathering resources. So Heroes of HAMMERWATCH II. It is an action RPG with extremely deep permanent progression. It's the structure of a roguelike. You go through the runs for however long you can survive. You are supposed to die and get better and better with permanent progression, and that is how you get through the video game. You get a number of class skills. Right now, Unwashed the Mage, he has fireballs, he has fire seals on the floor, he has magic missiles. Very standard wizard fare. We're gonna go for, yes, an even fatter explosion on my fireball. Fireball is one of my favorite things to do in this video game. You pick up gold, you pick up the most important thing that you can pick up that I have noticed. I have about 4 hours into Heroes of HAMMERWATCH II. The most important thing is to grab stone and wood for your permanent progression, because that's how you're going to actually progress in the game. Let's see if we can gain access to this little fortress over here. Obliterate the fauna of this garbage place. Murder everybody. These are extremely trivial because they're literally the starting area. You always start in the forest. The first few runs, you will keep going through the forest. You get to a fortress of goblins and such and such. I have not noticed any variation whatsoever. You just get different layouts of the forest. This is this entire path. If you look at the map, it will be completely different in the sense that the layout will be different, but the biome is going to be exactly the same. I don't think there's anything to grab over here. The biome is going to be the same. So, it does feel fairly samey, but by the time you get through maybe 1 or 2 runs, you'll have the ability to unlock the path to the Dark Citadel. Hellfire Simple Cap. Is that better than what I have? Compare. Almost literally identical, but it does for more fire damage. I mean, it's plus 5%. It's not exciting. Not the greatest. Not the greatest. Please, where? Oh, I have to left click. There you go. It's now equipped. I was in the middle of saying something. Yeah. You unlock the path to the Dark Citadel. If the first time you unlock it, it's going to completely destroy you. So the moment that you're able to get into the door is when you can actually use it as a shortcut. And I think it will lead you to maybe level 5 or 6 that you would normally wade through waves and waves and waves of monsters to get through. I had not seen this NPC before. Oh yeah, it's the Traveling Cook, which gives me a nice buff. I don't know where that shows. I think in the info effects. He gives me simple broth, I think. No, a hearty meal. Plus 1 health and mana regen. I think that's what he just gave me. Several progress lines in Heroes of HAMMERWATCH II. Here's the entrance to the Dark Citadel. This guy is a fellow that you just find in your travels, and he is able to open evil vines. He's able to open the way. Get me in there. Otherwise, you have to hoof it all the way through the entirety of the game to get here naturally, but thanks to opening the shortcut, and you can light up these torches and it will create a much harder encounter in this room, which will allow you to go further in the game. I get absolutely destroyed in anything but the base, so we're going to do just the base encounter and try to prevail over these evil shades trying to prevent my access to the Dark Citadel. But no, your disgusting den of evil must be cleansed. Please allow me to leave you behind. Disgusting den of evil must be cleansed of your unholy presence. As you can see, you know, difficulty has suddenly ramped up tremendously fighting these guys. So it really is not a trivial game. I have been overwhelmed. It's very easy to get overwhelmed catastrophically when the enemies just out-level the crap out of you and you're just supposed to go back and give yourself more permanent progression. That is just the way the rogue legacy types work. Because we open the shortcut, it gives you a whole bunch of trinkets for your run to not be so ass. The trinkets are only for this run. You can have an infinite amount of them. Actually, I don't know if infinite, but you know, I'm pretty sure it's limitless. Versus the equipment, which remains between runs. That's the difference between them. So let's see what we got. Plus 20 to lightning resistance. Yeah. Plus 20 to ice resistance. All right, that sounds pretty helpful. 60 mana is significant. If you look down here, I have 283. So that's like a what? 30% increase? That's a lot. Greater ring of speed. More weapon and movement speed. Very nice. Very nice. 40% experience gain is quite a massive difference for that progression. 10% damage against elites, and they drop piles of gold when killed. All right. Plus 1 dash charge is awesome. Having more dashes means a ton more survivability. Plus 1 potion charge, excellent. I am locked 2, now I have 3. It is basically a heal on command. And then plus 40 armor. I don't know how much armor do I actually have right now. Stats? Armor. 29 armor. So basically it gives me plus 200% armor to just pick this up. So that's probably fairly useful. Let me go back to that screen, and now this will give me basically gave me 13% more damage mitigation against physical damage. So let's go through the portal. It will take me to the dungeon level 1, which, like I said, I think this is about 10 levels in, and that will make a lot of sense. A nice round number. Every shortcut will get you 10 levels in, but as you can tell, the damage sponges are starting to take effect. They will annihilate me with a few hits, so don't count on this run lasting much longer. But I did perish. Definitely you get a lot more power if you come through here in the standard way. Oh! I don't know what the hell just happened there. Very upset. I'm fleeing. Never flee into unknown areas. That's always a terrible idea. Gotta be a little bit more cautious with my approach to violence. I had a run that was pretty much my first run, actually. Was extremely successful. I got some really good upgrades to the magic missile, and it was just careening through my enemies. Right now, I've been upgrading the shotgun, the fireball, which is great for AoE, but for single damage attacks, it's really not that great. So that's why when you get in here, the damage starts kind of lagging behind. So hopefully we can get some nice upgrades for the single target attacks. Pow! Get destroyed. Leave some fire seals on the floor. Gave my guy a Cockney voice. There is a character creator. It is very, very limited, the character creator. You can select a number of things to either be an old man like unwashed, or be a more spry young fellow, or maiden. That's about it. You get a number of little voices. They all sound pretty silly. So I picked the silliest of them all. For your nightmare situation here, please, and stop annoying me and start dying horribly. really don't like the dungeon floor. The dungeon floor is super annoying because the vines constantly sprout. Oh, I have put myself in a bad spot. I need to get the hell out of here. The vines constantly sprout. I'm dying. Constantly sprout, and they slow you down at the worst time possible. So good, so rude. I really could use some extra trinkets, some extra items. See how the floor continues to be constantly a danger? Very annoying indeed. Really need to use more of the magic missile. It's like the single target spell that destroys enemies quite fast. You did? Ow. These scumbags were protecting this chest, which contains few relics, which you can then turn in for cash, for extra money at the camp, and a scroll of magic missile. Spending 30 mana unleashes a magical missile at a random nearby enemy, dealing 40 physical damage. Super. Basically, when I spend mana, I get an extra effect for more damage. I just now remembered, and it was beautiful what just happened in my mind. My mind just exploded with joy. I was like, I need to cover the secret rooms. I look at the minimap. Oh, look, it's a secret room. Pew, 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 pew. It's a secret room. You can tell because there's a small weird dent in the wall. I miss them all the time, but it's very nice that I so happen to see it. 50 health and mana. If you look at my health total, this is a massive pickup. This will make me survive so much better going forward. The vines on the floor of the dungeon are awful, brother. I absolutely hate them. And they are a constant bother. But look at, I love the animations of the simple thing of destroying items. It just doesn't get old just looking at that. These guys have such magic resistance. It's super annoying to get rid of them because they are very resilient to all the face hits. There's nothing back here, right? But just the simple joy of destroying little items. It is so enjoyable because of the really neat little animation that they made for it. Just the artistry of crafting this pixel graphics. You may have heard me complain. 15 armor and returns 15 thorns effect. Okay, you may have heard me complain. Filth. Freaking thorns, brother. Freaking evil vines. I hate them. You may have heard me complain many times about 8-bit graphics and how they're not my jam. 16-bit graphics are such a joy for me. I absolutely love them. And when they're done beautifully, I think the only 8-bit game that I was like, wow, this is actually gorgeous. I think Celeste counts as an 8-bit game, right? The graphics on Celeste, they may be 16-bit. Anyway, it's a giant stark difference. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, think about original Mario, Super Mario Brothers versus Super Mario World. That is the difference between 16 and 8-bit. It's a huge visual upgrade. Of course, it takes a ton more. A reference closer to home is classic Spelunky versus Spelunky HD. The difference basically made me want to play the video games as opposed to just dismiss it as something I don't want to play, because it's just there's that barrier of entry, and most notably Undertale. The whole reason why I didn't get into it as much as I could have. Man, the magic resist on this elite piece of trash. I absolutely despise them. We're just gonna have to magic missile our way to victory here because everything else is just bouncing right off its filthy hide. I was going that way, so let's go up this way. Undertale, the graphics turn me off more than they should have, and it's a tragedy because, you know, it being such an excellent game, but there's something about those 8-bit graphics that make me bounce off. Oh, I have no mana. That is quite the impediment to my progress as a mage. I like to have a replenishment of my potions, but games like Owlboy, games like Heroes of HAMMERWATCH II, They do the pixel graphics so beautifully. They're the exponent. This probably was an NPC that was here and now is no longer here. You know, not an NPC, but another class that you unlock. When we inevitably die, we'll go to the character creation to see all the different classes, and I'll show you some of the permanent progression in the game. Anyway, we have found a monk. The traveling monk gives you the power of blessing and protection. Appreciate it, buddy. You are a gentleman and a scholar. What he gave me was blessing of might plus 10% damage, and protection minus 10% damage taken. Very nice. What a pious individual. Thank you for having the power of the Lord at my back. Thank you for filling my life experience with religious joy. I have found our Lord and Savior Shakalaroth, and he will get me through this nonsense. Get me out of here. Do not underestimate the ability of enemies to annihilate you with a couple hits when you're in the dungeon. I am out of mana, so we're just spamming my regular attack, hoping to do a little bit of damage, but it does absolutely nothing to the warrior elite. The crits do, so it's still not, it's not a complete waste to spam the crap out of these ice beams. Please. Please succumb to my magical power. Hey, how about I lure you over here and you explode? Get wrecked, son. Pow! We need to grab a mana pickup like the one you see on the left-hand side of the screen. That will be extremely helpful. Unfortunately, it's being guarded by a trio of scumbags. Hussa! Oh, yeah. Oh, who's powerful now? Bitches get destroyed by my incredible ability to actually cast spells instead of spamming trash. There you go. There you go. I played a lot of the original HAMMERWATCH, and for some reason, I bounced off the first heroes of HAMMERWATCH. You may be confused. Aren't those the same? No, 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 no. Before Heroes of HAMMERWATCH, there was just plain old HAMMERWATCH. And it was a lot more of a straightforward action RPG without any of the roguelike trappings, or with hardly any roguelike trappings. Then, after that, they released Heroes of HAMMERWATCH, and now we have the sequel to that. And I read in the reviews that this one is actually just more Heroes of HAMMERWATCH, basically the same game but with more. To the point that some people gave it a thumbs that really I just can't get through this, huh? Maybe there's another path in. To the point some people were giving it thumbs down simply because the sequel didn't really deserve to be a sequel. They could have just patched the first game. I mean, according to the salty reviews. I don't know the actual facts of that statement. So maybe if you come from Heroes of HAMMERWATCH 1, you are not super into what the sequel offers. Because I skipped that one, I'm like, holy crap, this is an amazing video game. This is absolutely excellent. And you know, I did say step aside Path of Exile, tongue-in-cheek, but it really is a great contender for just, if you love action RPGs, you're going to enjoy HAMMERWATCH. How the hell have I skipped grabbing this orb? This is basically a level up orb. Increase your experience gain, very nice, as long as barrier, frost shell. Have increased armor and ice resistance. You also inflict freeze to attackers. This is a passive defensive ability. Projectiles gain a chance to inflict stun. Not terribly into that. I want the extra projectiles. The stun for the projectiles is not very good. I think we want a little bit more armor. Certainly survivability is a big problem I have faced when taking the shortcut. Not so much when I did it the natural way, but when using the shortcut, it's a big difference whether you can withstand the damage or not. What the hell is that? Have not encountered this. What is this supposed to be? Pick any number of gifts. Okay. Plus 25% weapon and spell crit damage. Kills gain a 1% chance to restore a potion charge. That's huge. Huge, I say. And 3 weapon power per shadow curse. What is shadow curse? It gives me 11 shadow curse. Wonder what it does. Anyway, we're going to grab these two. And I now have 19 shadow curse. I have been lured by those shadow realm. And let me see. Maybe in the stats, it will show me what having Shadow Curse means. Spells, penetration, maybe effects? Shadow Curse reduces armor and resistances by 76. 4 per stack, and I have 19. That's... not great. My armor basically went back. Yeah, Shadow Curse is just gonna get me killed now. I don't think I can. Can I actually let go of it? Can I just throw this away? Drag it? Right click? No, you're stuck with it? Well, alright. I embrace the extra danger. What's the worst that can happen? Nothing can stop me. I am the most powerful mage ever to graze this lands with his incredible stature. And I will not be deterred by the likes of you filthy mooks. Garbage creatures. Ow, that hurt a lot. He is an elite. Makes sense that he hurts. Need some extra money. Before the Shadow Curse thing, I completely spaced out what the hell I was talking about. Oh, okay, filth. Just fireball the crap out of you. Freaking vines! Stop spawning. You piece of trash. You're going to get destroyed by my ice beams. There's nothing you can do about it. I think I was talking about HAMMERWATCH and all the differences and all that stuff. Oh yeah. Path of Exile is still a far more complex build creator. The builds that I have, the way that I've seen them work. Oh yeah, give me some stones, some wood. Definitely not super complicated. You get some. I don't think there is actually a way to see them. We'll have to see them. See, these are my skills, and you get a few choices. It's not super deep. It ain't deep. So how do I get in there? Ah, okay, it does deactivate, but only for a second. Watch. Hussa! Good stuff. I have submerged myself in a horrible pile of evil plants. Okay, hit that button. Open up the chest, baby. Cauldron of Fire. You spontaneously discharge small balls of fire toward nearby enemies, dealing 35 damage. Not exciting, but I'm happy to have it. Alright. We still need to wait for this out, huh? Alright, great stuff. We go on to the next level. Dungeon level 2. Here I come with my incredible destructive capabilities. That is a lot of monstrosities. We are starting to see the fat ones. This elite can annihilate me. Please let me through. Alright, we're good. It's still all good. The elite, though, is the big-ass problem, brother. The damage just ain't there. Which kind of tells me, maybe you are not equipped for the shortcut just yet. It is just not, the firepower. You don't have it in your breast to be able to annihilate the enemy the way you want to. You need to go through the entirety of the game, get yourself a powerful build, a powerful pile of trinkets and items, and that way you'll be able to kill these guys much more easily. The last time I was here, they weren't just going down like total bitches, but it was definitely much easier. Oh, this guy is getting healed. I didn't realize it. You piece of filth. Stop healing your body. Trash man. Garbage creature. I hate you. Anyway, this is a terrible situation to be where I have no mana whatsoever. I resent it very much. If I had realized that the armor would be destroyed so thoroughly, I definitely would have been a little bit more cautious about picking up the... there's a replenishment of my charges of potion. Do not get trapped. As the mage, you are quite the glass cannon. I keep forgetting to use the fire seal. It's you can use it quite often. I don't know why I don't spam the crap out of it. Just kind of I get a little stuck on throwing fireballs because it's by far the most fun spell. Give me some extra mana, please. I require it. I need it. Leave that one for later. You pick them up no matter whether you're full or not. So you really need to watch out for not wasting them, picking them up when you're not supposed to. We are roaming into unknown territory. Do not get annihilated by running into places you haven't been yet. hike the crap out of these scumbags. I have created one other character, a rogue. It is really, really fun. Much different playstyle. You're lunging in and out of combat constantly, as opposed to, you know, the mage experience, universal mage experience of kiting. And I often always play a mage. That is my go-to class. My second one is always the rogue. If there's a hybrid between the two, that's what I'm going to pick, like a eldritch trickster kind of thing, arcane trickster type of deal. So I've tried those two classes, and they really play differently from each other. It's very, very fun to go around slicing and dicing. Still pretty fragile though, so you have to be super careful. And of course, we're going to leave that until I absolutely need to replenish. This is a blessing, temporary, 20% movement speed and bonus to dashing. Hell yeah, sign me up. There's an evil skeleton spawner over here. See if we, oh, it's already destroyed by my incredible power of fireballing enemies in the face. These dang elites, brother, they are so painful to deal with. Alright, okay. Blow up! Oh, oh, I have thrown myself into a bad situation. Let me just keep putting down fire seals. Forgetting that they exist. I think it's fine to take my last potion now. They don't get used automatically, so you better watch out. What the? Where you come from? You better watch out about your health total. If you don't hit that potion button, you're wrecked. You're utterly destroyed. I will get myself this. There's really nothing to be found. You just keep going forward, destroying monsters. Anyway, if you're in it for a narrative, you're not gonna find one. I mean, there is one, but you know, it's all an excuse to kill things. If you want, though, gorgeous pixel graphics and extremely solid action RPG video gaming, I can't believe that up until this point I have not grabbed myself a little bit of combo. When you kill 10 enemies in a row, you get yourself the combo status, and it increases your fire rate and your movement. 25 to all resistance seems very helpful. There's nothing really to be seen here. Actually, that's a little bit of health. Looking at the walls, trying to find the secret room, which is always super nice. It gives you a guaranteed trinket, I'm pretty sure, every time that I go in there. It gives me a trinket. What is this? Life Stone, 25% chance to restore 4 health on kill. That basically is a game changer. If you look at my health total, I have 215. So that is a 4, no, 1% will be 2. What damage me? 1% will be 2. So that's a 2% health back when you kill something. What the hell? Stop damaging me. I cannot go in there. I can't. It's just death, isn't it? Seems like a terrible idea to go in there, but I'm a greedy son of a bitch. I might just go in there because I'm greedy and just die. I think I'm gonna do that. Let's do it. Oh, okay, I didn't just die, but you know, it could have been bad. Fiery cloth slippers of dashing, +1 dash charge. Wonder what the star is. Fire resistance. It all tells you right down here. Okay, give it to me. What is that? Silk handkerchief. How exciting. Oh, I thought that it was over. All right, it actually did not damage me too much. It's perfectly withstandable. Anyway, let's continue exploring this gigantic place. I am looking at the minimap now and then. Oh, these go in a sequence. Whoopla. Oh, surrounded by evil plants once more. The evil plants reign supreme. They are the #1 problem. And I know for a fact, brother, I know for a fact that I'm going to die to the boss in this dungeon. Your spell hits gain a 20% chance to inflict silence and deal 50 additional physical damage. This seems like a fantastic pickup. Let's go down this way. Ooh, I know for a fact I'm gonna die horrendously to the boss in the dungeon. What the hell is happening down there? Oh, that's right. Periodically, pretty sure it is set for certain dungeon levels. You get the bird coming in, and you get the chance to save your resources. Send them back into town. And believe me, you'll be always so happy to see this guy. I could be greedy and say, oh, I'm going to explore the rest of the dungeon and do it, but just do it now. Just do it now. Sends back a few resources and most of my money. If you don't and you die, you don't lose everything. You lose 35% of it. Actually, you start with 40% being lost, but you can mitigate that in town, getting yourself a few upgrades. The loss on death is not as egregious, but still it's a massive hit to all the things that you have gathered, you know. So it really does make sense to use that bird as soon as you find them, because you never know when you're gonna die and get yourself completely wrecked in that regard. All the resources that you have painstakingly gathered with sweat, blood, tears, and cum, you just leave them on the floor of the dungeon, taxed by the death toll. Absolutely outrageous. Don't want that to happen. Die, you filth. And we carry on. We carry on. Runs in this game can be extremely lengthy. The game is actually super duper long. The first run that I had, it was probably like 2 hours. The 4 hours that I got playtime in the game, at least half of that was just the first run. That just happened to be very nice and lengthy. And then got murdered in the middle of the boss fight of this place. It's this horrible plant monster that you really have a hard time getting to. Just so hard to just get close to it. Massive problem. So now that I really don't even have the power that I had then, I don't have high illusions that it's going to go well. Die, 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 horrible monster. Give me some extra mana though, that'll be great. Please stop sending elites at me. Oh yeah. I need to remember before we go to the boss fight to grab myself the potion refreshes. Cannot be forgetting that. Blow up, you filth. There you go, there you go. So don't expect your runs to be over quickly, unless you just die. And that is a very real possibility. I am going to just an unknown territory. I thought for sure that I was looping back, but this is completely unknown territory. Do not get yourself murdered. Atrocious. Good stuff. But for so far, I think we have it under control. Rebounding missiles. This is super good. Although the cooldown reduction is also nice. Give me those rebounding magic missiles. Very, very nice. I don't think there's anything to grab here. But you have seen where you paying attention. How much rock and how much wood I have gathered. Oh, this is a lot of damage. There's two. Oh, no, no. Get me out of here. No, don't kill me. And just like that, 2 elites can just annihilate you. Didn't even get to the freaking boss fight, brother. Absolutely atrocious. I hated it. This wood and stone pickup, it is just trash. It is just terrible. You pick up a lot more in the forest. Inside the dungeon, you don't get nearly as many drops. For trinkets, you also get a few resources and good stuff. So anyway, this is town. This is where your permanent progression takes place. You got the guild master. This is the guy that creates new buildings. This is the guy you want to maximize as soon as possible. Trading post. Buy and sell wood. That sounds extremely helpful to me. Apothecary unlocks upgrades for your potion. You know, the usual trappings of permanent progression. Seems to me that trading post is extremely vital because I have a lot of money and not much of anything else. So let me see how much wood he actually sells. These are other classes that I have unlocked. They just have flavor text. 1 wood for 4 gold. 540 for 1 plank of wood. The price of lumber is out of control. Bidenomics has destroyed this land. Absolutely atrocious. I hate it. Give me a stack of 10, but with gritted teeth and extreme reluctance do I make this purchase, brother. Absolutely awful. What do you have? Oh yeah, this guy sells upgrades, permanent upgrades to your character. Give me more spell power. Actually, the more that I play, the more I'm like, we need resistance. We need defense pretty hardcore. And mana pickups also sound pretty great. What you have? I need to upgrade the shop for better offerings. Okay, just give me everything that you can possibly give me. Then we have the general store over here. It's basically buy and sell really basic stuff. Actually, I'm pretty sure that this is better than what I have equipped. I'll browse through it very carefully, and then you can also sell the stuff that you don't need for pennies. Absolutely awful. The prices that you get. This guy just needs an upgrade to be better. Just some more basic equipment. Then after that, you have the people up here that increase your skills. Locked up. I cannot level up any of this garbage. I have 15 points to spend, but you need the permanent progression to happen. On level up, you'll be able to spend a point. I'm like, man, I really should invest in focus and vitality. I'm constantly running out of it. But you know what solves all my problems? Doing more damage. So I'm going to put it all... No, I don't want to respec. Put it on intelligence, but as you can see, you can respec, so it's not like you're making permanent decisions. All right, some more vendors. I'm pretty much... No, there's one more over here. There's like a church. There's a church and library. In the library, you attune trinkets. I don't know what that means. I don't know what this means. I'm going to attune this for 1 star. Sure. I think you just make them better when you pick them up later. And this enables you to get a different combo. You can make it trigger with kills or with dashing or when parrying. I bet that there's a whole bunch of other trinkets, other criteria that you can unlock. So I'm going to spend another that pile of wood, hopefully into some other wonderful little emporium. Maybe upgrade one of the things. No, everything costs wood, but I just don't have enough. I guess I could buy more wood. Hunter's Cabin level 2. Training grounds. I definitely want this. More athletics upgrades. Not really. I want class masteries, but this requires a lot of rocks. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. I think I just need to go on farming runs. So, you know, if you're not ready, their criticisms and the reviews did say it's a little grindy. So if you don't want to be grinding for progression, this ain't the game for you. I really don't mind it because the gameplay is actually super fun. It's just really good action RPG gameplay. I have nothing bad to say about it. So I'm just gonna get this just because I want to upgrade something. Now that poor bastard no longer sleeps in a tent. He has an actual lodge to call home. Take all of his honeys into and get himself a great time. He will be able to hunt more like a Chad instead of the terrible virgin that he was. There's a chapel over there if you ever want to make offerings to Shaglaroth. Very helpful. Where's the hunting cabin? I want to see the fruits of my labor. I think it's at the top here. I want to see the amazing upgrade that I've given you. Where the hell is it? It's a freaking graveyard over here. Is there something to be seen here? No, absolutely not. I'm going to find this hunting cabin. There is nothing you can do to stop me. There is no argument that you can possibly make that is going to prevent me from finding this stupid hunting cabin. I've put myself in a really stupid situation here. Where is it though? I'm so confused. Where is it at? Oh, I see it. I see it right down here. He just has a thing to say. This is all that it is when you kill enemies on outside, you can pick up their hide for more gold, more resources. Anyway, that is very nice. Let's go switch character. You have Filthmonger over here, the rogue. Let's create a new character so you can see the classes. There's more classes to be unlocked. But so far, these are the ones that I got. Warlock, Warrior, Wizard, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue. You can imagine what they do just by looking at them. And then, of course, you have the skills that tell you what they do. But very typical trappings of RPGs. But there's actually, if it's anything like other HAMMERWATCH game that I played, there's going to be a ton more classes than these. You just unlock them gradually. Let's make ourselves a ranger. Customize this son of a bitch. He's not Cockney though.
Hello there.
Let's make a lady.
Hello.
Because I got two ugly ass dudes. Anyway, this is the level of customization. It's decent. It's not bad. You know, it's pixel graphics customization is never going to be like super. It's going to be a very, very happy, smiling, very happy and smiling. Wow, that's awful. Like, it's absolutely hideous. And, oh, that's a gorgeous Farnese haircut. There you go. That's absolutely hideous. All right, let's do it like that. There you go. That is just so ugly, though. Can I maybe have a face that is not this hideous? That would be amazing. No, there's no. I'm going to forego the facial hair. Anyway, I'm being really silly. That is the extent of the customization. Clarissa, not the greatest. Let's create. Oh, that's right. Where's the name? It's not unwashed. Farnese. Sure. It's now Fa. Far the ranger. She ranges far. I don't know why it just took it as the thing that I wanted. I don't know why it just said that, hey, this is the name you're gonna have. Anyway, I can just delete it and create a new one. It's brand new. Ranger class. What does it do? It shoots. What do you think it does? Anyway, Heroes of Hammerwatch. I belabored this entire 10 minutes of the video. You can just throw in the garbage. Really fun RPG. What do you want me to say? And just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. These pixel graphics. Oh, I'm so into it. Get it for yourself. Fully recommended. 2 thumbs up.